Testing, testing. Hello everyone. Welcome back. This is going to be a little bit different, I guess. It's not an animation. I'm just fulfilling one of the Patreon rewards from someone who signed up for the raw Patreon reward, which is a commission, like a drawing or whatever, like a portrait. And this one was from I don't know if you guys watched the channel Let's Read, but he signed up, and so I'll be working on his commission, I guess. So if you guys know what the Let's Read channel is, you may know that he has an intro that he sometimes uses, which is something I did for him. So you guys, I'll just post a link right here. You guys can check it out. Yeah, so he requested to have Bigfoot with Kurt Cobain done as his drawing, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And then afterwards, if there's time, I might just do a request from the chat or something. I don't know. I really don't know. I might work, or I might do part of my next animation. So. What's been going on with you guys? Can't wait to see the next episode of Interface. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really even started it yet, so it's probably going to take a while. The last one I did was, like, episode 10 was actually kind of short, so, because I was getting through some commissions and stuff, and also I just didn't feel like it needed to be that long because of the message of whatever the video was. So I'm wondering if I should like resize this a little bit, show like less Bigfoot shoulder. I kind of think it'd be funny just to have Kurt Cobain in the corner there, really small. Let's see here. Counter. No, this is not going to be used in a video. It's just it's a little drawing for people who signed up on the Patreon. That's all. I've been trying to come up with some ideas for Halloween, and I have a few ideas in my head, like kind of like a bonus video if I can get it up before Halloween. I don't know though. I've been having a hard time coming up with something original. Is difficult. Like I don't want to just do like a regular old meme. I mean, I'll do a meme probably, but kind of put my own spin on it somehow. I guess I don't know. What was that banging? Yeah, so sorry if there's like a lot of noise outdoors. There's the bricks on the outside of my building are being redone, so you may hear some banging and stuff. It kind of sucks. It's been going on for a while, but at least we'll have new bricks on the building. Yeah, it's pretty loud. It's like slamming these, the walls with hammers and stuff. But, no, I'm not even like sure I like how that hair looks right there. So, I mean, usually these drawings take me about 45 minutes, but this one might take me a little bit longer just because I'm live streaming. It's hard for me to focus, but we'll see how it goes. Sometimes I draw something that just looks really messed up and I have to like kind of start over. Is the music you use in your animations made by you? Because that would be new for me. Shitty editing of mine. Yes, it is all my music. So it's all stuff in the interface is like original to the series. I make it, the music, and I have a few albums if you're interested. And you can find my other music under the music name Hex System, which is I'll just post a link. I released an EP actually a couple days ago, so it's all free to download. You can download it off Bandcamp, and yeah, I got some albums out there. The stuff that's in our interface hasn't been released yet, though. It's like early access kind of thing on Patreon, so I don't know when that's going to be coming out. But hey, Mudane Jesus, thank you for the $1 donation, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. How did you learn to use Photoshop? Well, my dad was a graphic designer, and when I was like a teenager, like maybe 13 or so, he came home with like an old version of Photoshop that his office wasn't using anymore. So I think it was like Photoshop version 6 or something. A long time ago. So that's kind of how I started learning, because I just followed some video. It wasn't videos back then. It was like web pages that had tutorials, like with screenshots and stuff. But that's kind of how I learned. Photoshop, once you know the basics, it's not too difficult. I mean, there's some complicated stuff like color space and things like that you have to kind of worry about, but yeah, it's not that bad. For doing simple pixel animations like this, Photoshop is pretty easy, guys. Do you plan to change your profile picture to Mischief sometime? I've been thinking about it, and probably. I don't know if I should or not, but probably eventually, I'm guessing. I'll probably rebrand the channel a bit. Like, I'll keep the name, obviously, but I'll have like a new banner and stuff. Winona Sylvia, thank you very much. Thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. I'm happy you like it. This whole time I thought Photoshop was a place I could buy glossy JPEGs. Yeah. How did you even get that rig for your face cam? It's a program that comes with Adobe. So if you buy the Adobe CS Suite, whatever, which is like a subscription at this point, there's a program called Character Animator, and that's how I do my face cam. What are you doing to Kurt Cobain? It's not. I'm not doing anything though. It's Bigfoot that you should be worried about. Oh man, this Bigfoot's eyes are really close together. I'm gonna have to just shift it a bit. It's gonna look weird. Fuzzy Plant donated. Hey, Fuzzy Plant, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Did you say something? Because someone donated a super chat and it's not showing up in my thing here. Let me just. Oh, there it is. I love you, no homo. Okay, well, thank you, Fuzzy Plant. I love you too, no homo. Yeah. Would you ever do a face reveal? I mean, I don't really think I really have to, because if you like figure out what my name is and you type that in Google, I'm sure you'll find a couple pictures of me. Because I got like a LinkedIn profile and stuff. So I'm not like hiding from showing my face. I just think it's better to use my mischief animation thing. Also, then that, this way people can't like screenshot my face when I'm like mid-sentence, so I look like I'm can't control the muscles of my mouth or something, Do you recommend stealing Photoshop versus using free shit? Well, I don't really want to say anything about that on YouTube, because I'm not supposed to be talking about that sort of thing on a platform like this. But if you need to learn and you don't have the money, I feel like you should do what you want. Like, I pay for it, obviously, at this point, because I use it almost every day, and I use it for my job. And but if you're like, when I was 13 and stuff, I had a version that my dad got from his office, but I don't think most people aren't able to learn it and they can't afford it when they're like really young. Do what you have to do, I guess. But otherwise, I mean, there's other programs out there that are very similar, like GIMP, which is completely free, and I don't know if it has as many features, but you can get like most of the same stuff done in GIMP that you can do in Photoshop. So I would recommend people to try out GIMP first, and see if that's able to suit their needs. So how do you get that effect in your animations with the dot shading and the film grain effect? I don't know what you mean by the dot shading. Oh, you mean like the cross hatching, or just hatching, I suppose. The film grain effect was an animation I did on my own. It's just basically I animated a blank video or whatever, and every once in a while I just like add a dot or something here and here. Right? Sometimes I make the dot white, because film grain you have like white and black dots, right? And then that's it pretty much. I just did that, and then so you add that on top of everything, and it kind of gives it like a little bit more dimension. So John, if you're looking for other artists that draw in a similar style, I suggest you check out Pilot Red Sun, which has been an inspiration for my channel in terms of the pixelated aesthetic and stuff. Otherwise, check out the description, because I wrote a bunch of other different names down there too. How did you get started out with this stuff? Just want to do something creative. Well, I mean, I literally just started with the McDriven video, which was, I just thought it'd be funny to have Ronald McDonald driving in a shoe. So that's kind of how I got started. I mean, I have a background in screenwriting and stuff, and a little bit of animation, so it's a combination of different things, I guess. Just kind of all coming together at once. But I mean, you just got to start somewhere, right? My first couple animations were pretty rough, but just start somewhere. But you'll just keep getting better over time. What else is there? Umami question: if a TV network asked you wanted to bring interface, would you do it? Waffles Real World. Yeah, I'd probably do it. But it depends on some terms, It would have to be like I'd have to have creative control or something, Otherwise, I just feel like there's a lot of things like that I would have to have, And I don't know. it would change things for me, because I do this pretty much by myself, with the exception of Carolina helping me out once in a while. And if I had to like get a whole bunch of people on board, like animators and stuff, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. It'd be something I have to think about. You know, it would change a lot of how the channel is. So who knows? The 1950s dot shading and those old graphic thingies, not good at explaining stuff. Sorry, man, Smith. I don't really know what you mean, but dot shading. I don't really do dot shading, which I'm guessing is like staccato or whatever. I forget what it's called. I just do hatching, which is this is that kind of thing. Sorry guys, I can't answer all your questions because there's so many comments today. Are you a saint or a grunch? Usually, you know, most of the time I'm a grunch. Once in a while, I'm a Grinch. I'm a saint, I guess. If interface was picked up, would you still upload to your YouTube channel? Oh, that's the thing. I mean, like, I would probably have to do many different. Like, I'd probably have to close the Patreon because I wouldn't feel right just collecting money if I wasn't uploading anything. And I don't know if I would be able to upload to my channel because I'd be so busy doing other things like making the show or whatever. So I guess I would have to cross that bridge when it comes to it. But whatever it is, I'd have to make this whatever I think is best. You know, right now I don't think uploading YouTube is really like holding me back. I think, you know, YouTube is the future. So, and you know, YouTube and online self-publication is the future. And having stuff on TV doesn't necessarily mean you're going to see more people are going to see it. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe it's true, right? I don't know. I don't have much experience with TV, honestly. But these days, you can pretty much, you know, the only advantage would be the episodes would be longer, right? And it's probably a better quality because, you know, there'd be more animators involved. Because right now it's hard to come out with an episode every month on my own, right? So, what Photoshop brush settings do you use? I use the pencil tool. That's it, pretty much. What else do I got here? What Joe the Toucan? What's the funniest thing you've made? I don't know, honestly. I think the Thomas the Thermonuclear Bomb one is probably the funniest. If it is funny at all, but I enjoy doing the interface stuff more. So yeah. Josh Parenti, yeah. I mean, it would depend on the contract, obviously, and whether or not I sold the rights, or, you know, the rights of the characters or whatever. And I probably would never do that because, you know, with the way the feature's going with self-publication on the internet, I don't think it makes any sense to sell the characters. So I'd say anything TV and social media target two different demographics, but I think social media content's growing and TV's moving away. Yeah, it's pretty much it. Han KF, are you religious? I'm not really that religious. Like, I don't really believe in anything. But I mean, you guys are probably like, well, Henrik is obviously quite religious, you know. Some of the characters are probably religious that I have in interface. Though I'm not really that religious, I guess. Celebrate Christmas, but you know, I don't go to church or anything, so. He's in Rubio. I do have an idea on how interface will end, but that idea is kind of shifting and changing over time, and I don't know how many episodes it's going to take before I get to that ending. So we'll see, I guess. Is the color scheming and drawing based on Mario Paint? I don't really have any experience with Mario Paint, but I guess aesthetically, if you watch the, if you ever played the video game Full Throttle, that's kind of what I was going for at first. Like the original, not the remastered version. You could probably find some videos on YouTube. Thanks, John. Steveno0007. Hey, buddy, you inspired me to learn how to draw with your amazing atmospheric storytelling. Thank you, Steveno. I really appreciate that comment. I'm happy, man, that you're able to be inspired, like this kind of stuff like this. You know, I don't think it takes too much. I mean, Photoshop, I guess, is kind of expensive, but you can use GIMP. And the drawing Wacom tablet that I bought, or I have, is like, it was used on eBay for like $40. You don't need much to do this kind of stuff. I'm happy you guys are drawing some inspiration, that sort of thing. Because I really don't. I've always kind of worked with like really limited sort of tools. Even my music, I don't really use any VSTs. I just kind of stick with the stock plugins. However, I've been thinking about branching out because, you know, some of the instruments are not that great. You get some better ones, but I really think that, you know, you can do a lot with just a little. So, and just practicing, and you get better over time and stuff. Yeah. Those old LucasArts adventure games were so great. Yeah, they were pretty cool. I really enjoyed those games. Some of those first Star Wars ones were kind of fun. The ones that were like made in the same engine as Doom or whatever. Luke Senator. I actually haven't seen the second Ghost in the Shell, so I wouldn't be able to say. I guess I should probably watch that sometime. You have a screen tablet, and yeah, screen tablet. I don't know what those are like. You can like draw right on top of it, eh? Like you can draw on it. You know, the tablet I have now, where I'm using a monitor, I thought it was kind of difficult at first, but it feels so natural now. Like I just got used to it. You just have to like get used to it, I guess. And, that's it. You know, once you're used to it, it's okay. Those screen tablets, though, those ones with like the built-in computers, are pretty useful though if you're like on the road. I can imagine that'd be kind of cool. Are you into video games? Do you take any inspiration from them? Well, I wrote some information about that in my description if you want to check that out. I have some. Yeah, I like playing video games. Not so much as much as I used to, but right now I'm playing Hunt Showdown, which is kind of fun. I don't know if you guys play that, but it's an early access game on Steam by Crytek, and it's really well done. So I recommend that one. I think it's on sale right now too. Burke Ozer. What is your three favorite pieces of literature? It's hard to say, because I used to read a lot more when I was younger, and I don't read so much anymore. And the kind of books I do read now are kind of like sociology, not sociology books, but like kind of like pseudo educational, like they'll teach you how the brain works or something. Like I don't know what the category is called. But one of my favorite books when I was growing up was called Shantaram, which takes place in India. And my parents bought that one and recommended it, and that was one of those books that kind of made me think a lot when I was young. So the second book that I also kind of made me think a lot was The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, and I kind of enjoyed that book. People like go all crazy about Ayn Rand and stuff. Think that you're supposed to take every word that she says with a grain of salt. It's kind of like you take the morals out of a book and you just try to apply them to your life, but you don't have to go like 100%. So, and for a third one, I read The Green Mile a long time ago, and I thought that was a good book by Stephen King. So I don't know if it's as influential as the other two, but yeah. Is that the is that where the exercise changes your DNA line came from? Reading neurology stuff a little bit, yeah. The thing about Mischief is that he's kind of like one of those guys that like will like read a science headline and it may not even be correct, but he'll just be like parroting it. Apparently, Mischief is supposed to be like this omnipresent, like all-knowing kind of being, but I think it would be kind of funny if he's like also he just kind of like falls for like false headlines or whatever. It's not really, I don't think that's really the case where exercising changes your DNA. I think it's something to do with like the health of your DNA or something like that. I gotta look it up again, but yeah. Alright, sorry guys if I miss some of your questions, just ask them again. If they're not in the FAQ, I'll get back to them. Bro science facts. Have you heard about Stalker? I'm guessing that's is that the video game Stalker? I've heard of it. I haven't played it though. With The Fountainhead, I wasn't a big fan of how she made her main character basically flawless. I mean, but that was kind of the point, but still. Yeah, I think that's probably some of the criticisms a lot of people have about her books. Yeah, and you're right to say that's kind of the point. Yeah, but it's not. I feel like her book isn't. It's not really a traditional kind of story. It's kind of like a. It's kind of more like a what's objectivism, I guess. It's like a whole sort of lifestyle, isn't it, for some people? You don't have to apply 100% of it to your life, but I think some of it is good to take away, especially the stuff about integrity, that sort of thing. I'd love to hear him say something like, "Did you know that the doctors don't want you to know this crazy trick?" Hey, Joe Toucan, that's actually that's a pretty good idea, actually. Be like, something. I got this trick that doctors don't want you to know about. He just does something completely like physically impossible. That would be pretty funny. Joe Toucan, it's a good idea, man. He's omnipresent, but would still have a presence with food or such. Yeah, I think that's kind of funny. So. Do you draw on paper, or do you only do animations, Jan? I don't really draw on paper as much as I used to, but I do paintings, and I've done paintings. I used to do a lot more paintings, and since I started doing these animations, I have had less time to do it. So, but I've done paintings. I did a lot of drawing, I guess. When I went to art school, so yeah, you have to do a lot of that sort of thing when you go there. And right now, what I'm doing isn't really that difficult. I'm basically tracing, you know. But it's about how you apply the line and stuff that kind of makes a difference. Epigenetics changes how the genes can be expressed and is influenced by shit like diet and exercise, but doesn't actually change the DNA. Just changes how it's expressed. Yeah, I think that's what I read, but then like Mischief is just kind of simplifying it for the sake of the story or whatever. No wonder I got done those videos. Fellow rejected this. I'm joking. Hey, thanks, Roman. I'm happy you found my stuff, man. Todd, which art school did you go to? NASCAD University, which stands for Nova Scotia College of Art and Design, which is in Nova Scotia, obviously, in Canada. That's where I grew up. And I just applied to it out of high school and got in, so it wasn't too expensive either, I mean, compared to some places. And it's pretty good art school, I'd say. It's alright. I mean, it's the way we make most of it, so it's what you make out of it, I guess. You can take a whole bunch of different things there, like screen printing or bookbinding or working with pottery or film and animation, all sorts of different things. I ended up going down the film route with a little bit of painting. Carolina took some more like pottery classes, I guess. It doesn't prepare you at all for a career. It's just kind of like, you know, if you want to have artistic stuff as part of your life, then it's good to go to art school. So you can also take graphic design, which is a little bit more practical, but I say this day and age, graphic design is very difficult because there's so many people who can do it now. It's not like the 90s, you know, or the early, it's not like, you know, before the 2000s when everything was done by hand. Man, Kurt Cobain's eyes looking a little weird there. I might have to redraw that later, but do you think your art helps attract chicks? Well, considering that like it's like 95% male demographic, I don't think so. If I showed you my YouTube statistics, yeah. Hey, Umami, are you a weeb? Do you participate in wacky Japanese cartoons? I'm not like super into wacky Japanese cartoons. However, I really appreciate the Studio Ghibli animations, and I mean, like the quality of some Japanese animation is just amazing. I wish that some of it was done in North America, but other than that, I'm not a fan of most anime. You know, just some of the good stuff that stuff personally I think is good. So, you know, I don't know that much anime, honestly. I don't really know much besides Ghost in the Shell and like Production IG and Studio Ghibli and maybe a few others. That's about it. Yeah, graphic design is super important. People underestimate how important it can be for certain things, but it's like the software is getting cheaper and cheaper, and a lot of people are getting into it. It's difficult as a career, you know, unless maybe you're freelance, maybe it's easier. But it's my experience working in some places that it's harder to get, unless you work for like a really nice agency, which can be hard to get into, you know. Do you speak French? I'd like to know since we've been having seen it. I do speak French, yeah, Jonathan, but not grammatically 100% correct all the time. So, you know, but I do speak French when I go out in public because most people speak French here in Quebec. %30% of his students are female. Yeah. Your father teaches graphic design. Yeah, it's at an art. Yes. Javina, my father also he's like an actual graphic designer. That's what he did, and he also teaches once in a while, or he used to. I don't know if he does it anymore. But he was saying a lot of his students are like Chinese, like they come over from China and they learn graphic design. They go back to China or whatever. The best, I guess. North American degrees are worth more than or something. I don't know. I have no idea. A lot of graphic designers have shifted to UX. Hey, that's true. I feel if you want to be a graphic designer these days, you got to know like a mixture of a bunch of different things, like web design or UX. UX probably is more important these days than web design because everyone just uses apps. And bear with me here. Kurt Cobain's smile is going to look kind of messed up for a little bit until I add the colors. He looks really fucked up. Hey, Todd, thank you, man. Thank you very much for that $5. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it a lot. Will you ever type a real description, or are you saying hi so you don't know what your channel is about? Yeah, I should probably fill it out sometime, eh? JR, where are you from? I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia, so I'm living in Montreal now. What's the most woke you've ever gotten?
What?
I don't know. Oh man.
The fuck are you drawing?
It's Kurt Cobain with Bigfoot. That's what I'm drawing.
Yeah, I can see why you could stream this.
Packaging for food usually. Could be, yeah. Yeah. Are you planning on doing a McVersion of Birdie? I get asked that question a lot, and the answer is maybe.
Probably
but
not.
I don't know if might be kind of over the McDonald's stuff, honestly. So we'll see.
Bye.
All right. See you, Carolyn. That's Carolyn. She's saying goodbye. Do you have any non-art related skills like programming, etc.? I can do some web design like HTML, and I did a little bit of stuff in C#, but I don't really know how to program at all. So I followed a tutorial basically, and then I stopped. So it's not really my strong suit, programming. I don't really do it. I just do some web design, and any other art-related skills? That's pretty much it. I mean, that's kind of what I've been doing for most of my life is art-related stuff. I somehow managed to survive off of doing it, so let's keep doing it. Yeah, I mean, I used to do, well, video editing, I guess. I don't know. That still kind of counts as like art-related. Some creativity in there. I mean, I do a lot of video editing. So, sorry. Do you storyboard multiple episodes at a time, or just one before? I don't storyboard anything unless I'm working with someone else, because I got it in my head, so I don't see the point in drawing it out. But if I'm working with someone else, I'll usually storyboard some for them. It makes things a lot easier. Hey, Aiden Smith. I don't know why I didn't make that sound, but I see that you got a super chat there. Just want to show some appreciation. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot, Aiden. Are there any other films / animations with a similar vibe to Umami? Yeah, I'd say something like David Lynch stuff probably. So if you ever guys see the movie Mulholland Drive, definitely check that one out because it's not animation, but if you haven't seen that, it's very similar in terms of the sounds and of the feel, I guess. The David Lynch movies in general, and yeah, David Firth obviously, he's got similar kind of stuff, but his stuff is a little bit more. It's a little bit more expressive, I guess. Hey, Brayuk, or Brayuk UK, or how you doing? Am I really that quiet? I'm kind of a quiet guy, so. And I've been thinking of getting a microphone because the one I'm just using a webcam right now. It probably doesn't sound very good. I'll get one soon. I can't get one right now. I can't get any deliveries. The front of my house is like being reworked on with bricks, so you can probably hear that. It's my apartment building or whatever. Okay, so I don't know, what is that? What is that, like a tie or something, or a buckle? I don't know. Kurt Cobain is a. Okay, so is he? I don't even know if he has a beard in this photo. Let me just drag this above. Oh yeah, he's got a beard. Okay. Yeah, at this point, I think I can just start coloring it in because it's mostly drawn there. I'll fix his mouth later. George, I can't use the same mic I use to record my animations because I don't think it plugs in. It doesn't plug in like live through the USB, so I can't do that. It's just like a handheld mic. It's like a Tascam or something or other. And I do have an audio interface, and I could technically do it with a better mic already right now. It's just that the way things are set up, my audio interface is with my laptop on the other side of the room, and it needs to be upgraded and stuff, so it's kind of complicated right now. Eventually, though, the sound will be better in the live stream. So. Felix Coldgrave, yeah, he's a pretty good animator too. He's got some pretty cool stuff. Will you eventually make a Spotify for your music? Rustic, I think some of my stuff is on Spotify, not all of it though. It's just a matter of my distributors, and I think pretty much most of my albums are on Spotify. Just maybe not. There's a few tracks that I used some samples that I didn't clear, and so those ones are not on Spotify, and but everything else pretty much is 100% original. So yeah, or uses like some public domain sample or something like that. Do you believe in Bigfoot or any other cryptids? I don't really know if I believe in Bigfoot per se, but I mean, it's possible that there's some sort of animal out there we haven't discovered yet, like Sasquatch type monster, possibly. I don't know. Who knows? I think it's unlikely since most terrain has already been traversed, but maybe like deep underwater there might be some stuff that we have no idea exists. that we haven't discovered yet. FC Doomchug. Love your work. It's original and creative from anything I've seen. Dave Firth is the closest I can think of yours, but on another level. Yours is on another level. Hey man, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. FC Doomchug. Yeah, I mean, they're all inspirations from the animations, but I want to put my own spin on things and make things a little bit different. So, and I think my stuff is just a little bit more chilled out, I guess, for the most part, except for some things I guess I do. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. And Shan Rivian, thank you, man. I appreciate that too. Are you familiar with the movie Tenshi no Tamago? I haven't heard of that before. Let me just look it up real quick. Maybe I recognize it. I haven't really seen this before, but I can see what you're saying, that aesthetically it looks very similar. I'll just pull it up for other people to see. Especially this kind of like lighting and the red sky and stuff, yeah. It's very cool though. I've never seen this though, so maybe check that out sometime. It looks cool. Have you seen the movie about Bikinski? Biksinski, Last Family. I don't know if I butchered that name or not. I don't recognize that, so let me look that one up too. The Last Family, 2016. I haven't seen it. Oh, is that a documentary about the artist, right? Or is it a documentary? I'm gonna have to look this one up. Yeah, I definitely seen his artwork before. It's a biography drama. Okay, I'll check that movie out. It looks cool. I never heard about that. Yeah, I'm gonna check that one out. I like those kind of movies, biographical movies. Speaking of biographical movies, I don't know if you guys have seen. Man, I can't think of the name right now. I'm sorry. It's a David Lynch movie about lawnmowers. The Straight Story. I don't know if you guys seen that. That's a biographical movie. It's a little bit more normal than David Lynch's normal regular stuff, but there's some scenes that are obviously good David Lynch. It's a great movie. Did you ever consider any other names besides Umami when making your YouTube channel? Yeah, I mean, I considered making it just called Hex System so that people would draw the conclusion that the music was by the same person. But I kind of wanted to keep, everything aesthetically is different about it, so I just wanted to keep things separate. And man, Kurt Cobain's neck was really thick there. I'm gonna reel that in for a bit. Give him an Adam's apple or something. Let's see. Does he have one? Can't see it. It's in the shadows. I'll just have some more shadow over here. Is the music on episode 6 on Bandcamp? It's not. It's right now it's in early access onto the Patreon for $2.50. It will come out eventually. Just don't know when. So sorry, do not have any more specifics about that. Pedro Mamprim. I might have. I just can't think of it right now, so I'm gonna have to check that out later. I can't play it on my live stream because of the copyright issues. So, but I'll have to check it out again, man. I'm sorry, I haven't really been It's been so busy recently. Especially with these commissions, which are now finished, which I'll tell you guys about those when they come out, so. Some of your work really reminds me of the Soviet cartoon Hen His Wife. You know, I think I've seen this before somewhere. On YouTube, maybe. Someone uploaded it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. One Tricks. I think I heard of them actually. I think I have some of their music. Have you ever watched Maniac on Netflix? I haven't really. I've been kind of disillusioned with Netflix recently. I haven't really been. Everything I try to watch that they make, I haven't really enjoyed it. So, if you recommend it though, maybe I'll check it out. Is it good? Man, this Kurt Cobain, his eyes look so fucked. I don't know. The thing is with these pixel animations is that just a couple pixels in the wrong place will mess up like the whole thing. I might have to fix it later. We'll see. Anyway. And Rustic, I'm using the tablet. How long have I been streaming? I've been streaming for about 6 months, maybe 7 months. I've been, yeah. I mean, if you if you go back, my old live streams are pretty kind of awkward. I think I'm not used to talking to people, and I've gotten better over time, I guess. It's one of those things because usually a pretty quiet guy. So actually, honestly, it kind of the live streams are kind of draining for me. After I'm done them, I'm just kind of like drained because it's hard to concentrate and draw and then talk and all these different things at once. Okay, let's just see where his arm is. You can't see it. Okay, he probably ends somewhere around here. And then Bigfoot's like probably down here. Okay. Phase Aquatic. This is just for a Patreon reward, the $20 reward. Which I like doing them, but I think I might phase it out because they take me a long time to do. And I think it'd be better if I just did animations because then I could come out with more animations and you guys would be more entertained, but we'll see. I might just keep it for a little bit. This one was by the Let's Read channel, so we requested to have Bigfoot and Kurt Cobain together, and that's what I'm doing right now. Have you heard about Lustmord? I haven't heard about Lustmord, so I'll make a tab and check it out sometime because I'm always looking for something to listen to when I'm working. Yeah, I think that's the thing about pixel art. I mean, you can like literally, if I just drew, like if I just erase one pixel, it like changes things sometimes. Like you can, it's weird, especially I find with the interface stuff that like the emotion, like the character, like expression will change off if I just like shift like a few pixels around. Like look at his mouth. So I'm not really sure. Like sometimes when you trace, just drawing on top doesn't really translate when you're doing the kind of style of animation that I'm doing. So I might just have like a more simplified smile here. That looks a little bit better. Except for like now it looks like he's got a dimple. Yeah, that's Have you seen BoJack Horseman? At least the later episodes of season 1. I haven't really checked that out, Pedro, actually. I haven't checked it out at all. No, sorry, man. I can't say anything about it. I haven't even really watched Rick and Morty at all, which is kind of, you know, you guys probably are like, what? Because that show's like super popular, but I haven't really. I saw like a part of one episode, and I thought it was funny. I don't know. I just find I find the gross out stuff kind of too much. Like when he's like just burping and everywhere. I don't know. Okay, let's get some. I think he's going to look at cross square kind of thing. Usually these drawings don't take me that long. It's just talking and drawing this. Okay, so there we go. Looks a little bit better. What is your favorite drink to get out of the bar? I usually just get a beer of some sort, or a whiskey, or bourbon, or whatever. That's about it. I don't like mixed drinks that much. And the artboard for this case is 480 by 480 by 640. And the nihilistic humor kind of gets stale after a while. Is that what it is? Is like nihilistic humor? See, I don't even know what kind of humor it is. I know some of it made me laugh, but I don't know what really the show's about at all. So. And phase aquatic. I'm using Photoshop. Though I'm sure you could probably do something similar in like GIMP or something. I don't know about the animation tools within GIMP though. So Photoshop has some built-in animation tools which I use. Alright, so there's my outline. I should save this. Okay. His smile is still kind of weird, eh? Yeah, it's not like a big grin, so I should fix that, eh? He's got kind of like a sort of thing. King Critty, yeah, the music stream is coming eventually. I just have to get a new computer because I do the music on my laptop and it's too slow to live stream with. So it will come eventually. I'm just saving up some money. Hopefully by the end of the year I can do the live streams with music. It'll be kind of fun. Then you guys will see how bad I am actually at playing music live. So we'll see how many of those I do. Because I know I can make music, but it takes a while, and I have to go back and fix things with MIDI, and I can't just like play a full song. You know, there's a few different things I do. I don't really consider myself to be a musician, just more of someone who can arrange music and move it around. I guess if you're like an electronic musician, it's not so bad. But I wouldn't be able to like play the keyboard in front of an audience. So. What's your name on Spotify? I can't find it. Type in If you're looking for my stuff on Spotify, just type in that hex system. Do you have ArtStation? I don't know what that is. What's ArtStation? Is it a drawing program? Okay, so Bigfoot is kind of reddish brown. He's got big lips. Oh, he's got the lips here too. Big white beard. I'm gonna start coloring it in. So. Off the color, it's not correct colors right now, it's just really cool. Favorite Michael Mann film? Manhunter, probably. So I made the song called Manhunter based on one of the songs that is in that movie. Manhunter's pretty cool. Also, Thief is amazing. Heat. It's pretty amazing. I'll have to check out the ArtStation site. I haven't checked it out. I don't know what it is. Okay, it's kind of like a portfolio site, maybe? Josh Parenti. I've been using the native plugins within Logic. So there's some tape distortion on the delay plugin that they have that you can get. There's also a tape distortion kind of warpy effects on the pedal box. Is it called pedal box plugin? It's all native to Logic, so. Every time I try to look up like VSTs, it just ends up being something that I feel like I can just do in Logic with the native tools. So, with the exception of samples, like you can get some pretty nice samples that you can't do in Logic. But I feel like a lot of times, especially with the almost everything else, there's something in Logic you can do. It may not be like a one-step sort of thing. You might have to do a few different things. Don't worry, I'll fix his mouth so it doesn't look like he's in blackface. There's something missing with his look. Yeah. I will make him perfect, don't worry guys. Right now he's just looking kind of weird because I didn't color him correctly. He needs multiple layers of color. Let me just look at his nose real quick. Okay. And then his lower, oh, it's full of beard. It's like white. What is the name of the song in Mechanical Sarcophagus? Sarcophagus. I don't even know how to pronounce that. It's not released yet. It's a Patreon reward because all the music in the interface is original, but it hasn't come out yet, like as a on its own. So it's early access on Patreon for now until I come up with them. I've been thinking of getting, like, what happens is when I was thinking of doing is having the season end sometime, and then making a CD or possibly a vinyl, and having selling, like doing a Kickstarter or something like that. I don't know if you guys are interested in that at all. I don't know how many people actually listen to vinyl. I don't have a vinyl record player, so I wouldn't even be able to listen to it myself. But I know some people have been requesting that sort of thing. Let's see here. Okay, the top of his head's white. There's a little bit more fluff on the side there. I haven't even drawn it yet. I finally got a record player. Frank Tinsley. Yeah, I think they're making them now. It's pretty affordable, I think. And if you got speakers, you don't need to buy the speakers. Just plug them in. I think people appreciate having like the actual physical record, and like the artwork is so big and stuff. It's kind of cool. That's a, you know, now these days you can do all sorts of things too. Like the record could be different colors, and it's kind of cool to look at. CDs are small and lame. Yeah, I know what you mean. I might do both. Like if there's enough demand for it, I might do a pressing of CDs and a record. Alright, see, the thing is, if I do a Kickstarter or whatever, I can do like pre-orders, whatever, and I don't have to worry about like dropping $3 grand, whatever it is, to get a record pressing done, and then the orders will just go out as they're made, and I'll sell them. Probably just enough to, you know, break even plus a little bit more, and something I've been thinking about maybe doing. Though they're going to be kind of expensive though, because I was breaking it down the costs, and in Canada it's like not very cheap to get records made or ship them either. I mean, shipping is just as much as the friggin' record, so. Shipping prices, man, is killing me. Your Bigfoot needs to wipe out mouth from all of his milk. Happy Spooktober, Uʻmɑːmi. Hey, thank you, South-in-law. What do you think of Newgrounds? I think it's cool that they're trying to do their own thing apart from YouTube. I think it's unfortunate that they lost the amount of popularity that they used to have. They used to be #1 for this sort of thing, and now they kind of... But they're still around, apparently, you know. I upload the interface stuff onto Newgrounds if you guys are there. And just because I can. Why have all your eggs in one basket, you know, on YouTube? There's no exclusivity clause or anything, so... I've been searching for that original image, but I can't find it. Oh, this image of Kurt Cobain. Yeah, the guy who runs the Let's Read channel sent it to me, so I don't know where he got it from. Oh fuck, look at his eyes now. Like, just adding the color fucks it up sometimes. I gotta fix them later. Look how nice and dark they are in this picture. Okay, so I'll just... This is what I have a problem with doing with these drawings, because the pixels are difficult, they're finicky. Okay, some more white inside there. Hey Umami, wish a happy birthday to my buddy who loves your channel. Hey Southern Law, or hey Nick Gurr, happy birthday. And hope you have a good birthday. Will you play Scorns coming out in October? I haven't heard of it, so I'm gonna probably try. I mean, I'm not too like I don't play too many video games anymore because I want to. It's like doing these animations is like, you know, crazy amount of time. So if I get like addicted to something, which I easily do, get addicted to stuff, it will not be good for me. So I'm pretty cautious about if I buy a new game. I'm like, is this something that looks addictive? Because I don't want to be, you know, playing video games too much anyway. So I think YouTube's position is theirs to lose. Only Amazon and Twitch have a remote chance to compete. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think Amazon is that much better than YouTube. So, you know, I wish there was like a third competitor. You know. Jared Patterson, do you follow any pixel rules? Yeah, the only rule that I have really is that I don't draw lines with like 1 pixel like this. I usually try to make it like I don't even usually go that thin either. I usually try to make it at least like this kind of thing. And reason for that is just I think it just looks a little nicer. I don't really like how drawings like this look. It's too thin. So. Will you ever do porn? So I don't know if you guys know, some of you guys may know, but I used to edit porn as my job. Well, it wasn't porn. I used to edit like Playboy videos as my first job out of university. And the same company that owns Pornhub is the company I used to work at. So I didn't work in like the actual porn department. I worked in the Playboy stuff, which was just kind of like naked women. But that was my first job, which was okay. It was alright until, you know, they don't pay much, so. Video games have all the fun doing stuff that I had flipping around from actually doing stuff. Yeah. I like playing video games in the sense that they like relieve stress for me, you know? And I find sometimes it's kind of annoying when I play a video game, especially a multiplayer game, and you get partnered up with someone and it's like they're just like going on about how the game sucks or something, or it's like so hard or whatever. I'm just like, dude, why are you even playing it if you don't like the game? You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to be playing games to relax or something, you know? But it's just the way how I see it. So, okay, I'm gonna move on to Kirk for now. I know he's not finished yet, but Raphael, I do make most of this in Photoshop. All the drawings are done in Photoshop. How long does 3 minutes of animation take? So I did some commissions and they were 1 minute long each, and each commission took me about a month. So, but I put more effort in those commissions than I usually do, so that's probably about the why. Usually though, like a 3 minute interface episode takes me about a month and a half, 2 months. If I really like push myself, I can probably get it done in a month. But you know, you got to think about all the music involved, and stuff is all. I put all the music together too, so it's a time. It takes a lot of time. Now I know his hair's not going to be pure yellow. I'm gonna add some colors to it. Don't worry. Ever watched Sam Hyde? Yeah, I went on a Sam Hyde binge watching thing a couple months ago, and he's a pretty funny guy. But it's unfortunate what happened to his comedy troupe, because you know, I feel like they had a lot of potential to go a lot further than they did. Freaking people these days, man, everything gets labeled as like hate or something. It's just like, not really, and then, you know, I don't know. I think people gotta be careful what they post on Twitter, and that's why I shit post on my Twitter. It's just stupid shit. It doesn't have nothing political, just, you know, just stupid shit that I made up that I thought's funny, you know, that's about it. So, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's now on my profile page. There's a link there. Demonetized, yeah. I'm not going to say anymore, because probably someone at YouTube has got this big red button that says demonetized, and they're like, did you just mention someone that we deleted their channel of? And they're going to just demonetize this. And, you know, that's how things go. Okay, so I don't think his hair looks like it's got blood in it now, so I got to fix that. It just doesn't look right. I think I can't really follow the reference image, because it's like, it looks like there's some weird red like fringing going on. Maybe I'll just make it like orange. I always avoid multiplayer games like a game with completing the story. Yeah, I mean, me too, Josh Barnes. I usually play like games with like a story in it, like The Witcher or something. But and I'm, you know, the multiplayer games. However, I found that this Hunt Showdown game is pretty sweet, just in terms of the atmosphere. And it's like a slow-paced kind of shooter. You kind of stealth around. And that's what I like about it. It's not like Call of Duty or whatever you call it. And it's like it's like really hard. Like, people are good at it, so you have to. Yeah. Anyway, I had having some fun with that. I guess it's kind of it's a you call it stress reliever. I mean, it gets pretty stressful. My like adrenaline gets going. I play that game. You know what, though? I've been pretty lucky with YouTube. They have been pretty good to me. So I don't really have much to complain about YouTube. You know, I feel like people just need to be. The people need to realize that YouTube is a corporate site now, and you have to, if you're gonna put anything up on there, planning to make any money, you have to do it for the long term, which means you're gonna have to be pretty clean. And those days of the Wild West of YouTube are kind of over. Just the reality of the situation, you know. So rather than get mad about it, you just have to kind of work with the hand that you're dealt, and that's something kind of what I've always been doing. So, you know, they apparently my Thomas the Thermonuclear Bomb video got demonetized for a day. I appealed it, and then they said it was fine. So, if a guy getting his face peeled off by a nuclear bomb is fine, you know, I think I'll be all right with this channel. Yeah. You know, the thing I'm not cool about, though, is that this whole thing about, you know, Alex Jones or whatever, how they just banned him from like every single friggin' website that exists. Like, you know, I don't even watch Alex Jones. I don't know if I agree or disagree with him, because I haven't watched any of his stuff. But I don't think the stuff that he said was really that harmful, so I don't understand why he was like kind of like demonized to a point of extremes, where even like the credit card processing companies were like, "No, you can't even process payments on your own website anymore." It's kind of messed up. Let me just look at this picture here again. I can see some teeth. That's the problem. I'm not drawing the teeth in. Teeth. Good right there. You can Wild West it if you have a successful enough Patreon like iDubbbz and other channels. However, I mean, I know that Patreon has been cracking down on some channels too. Mostly like kind of pornish ones, honestly, but I don't do that sort of thing. How are you good? Are you good with lighting? I'm alright with lighting. I mean, like you saw there, I just drew some shading, but it helps to actually have like a reference image. And this reference image doesn't have really any shading there, but I just put it there because it feels like it needs to be there. Okay, his beard is kind of like orange. What color was his hair actually? I mean, this picture might just be messed up. Let me just look this up. He called Sandy Hook a false flag and is getting sued. Yeah. Okay, so he called him a false flag, but is that something that you should be like removed from every single website for saying? I mean, people will say that's fucking wrong, whatever, you know, and he should be getting sued if that's the case. But whatever. I don't think he should be like, you know, silenced to the point of extremes, because like where does it end? You know, who's the next person going to silence to a point of extremes, right? What was it doing? Cobain's hair. Oh, it's blonde. And sometimes he dyes it. Okay, well. What if... I'm glad when a less restricted competitor to YouTube comes along. Some YouTubers who review swords and stuff are having a hard time. Well, that's what I mean, man. Like, why are people having a hard time with swords and stuff? Like, do you guys know that German YouTuber? I forget his name, but he like does like crossbow stuff in his backyard, and he like some of his videos get demonetized for him having crossbows and stuff, and axes throwing. Like, there's nothing there that is like, you see stuff on Mythbusters where they'll blow up a house, or they'll replicate a scene from Breaking Bad, right, with like machine guns, and they're making ads on television. So why is it that on YouTube, you know, you have to be even more overprotective about, you know, things like that? That doesn't make sense to me. But yeah. Okay, so there's his beard. Okay, so now I'm gonna get some eyes in there. You know, the thing about that gay frog thing, I don't know what he's saying. They're adding stuff to the water and making frogs gay, but wasn't there like something where the frogs were actually becoming gay because there's like some sort of chemical imbalance somewhere? Maybe I'm just making stuff up. I think I read something somewhere though, and it wasn't Alex Jones related. I'll probably have to find that. I don't know, man. Okay, so his eyebrows, I'm assuming, are probably like kind of brownish, whatever. I don't know. Brownish with a bit of yellow. Okay. That kind of looks alright, I guess. He put the Pizzagate shop owner in a lot of danger. Was it him that had put them in danger? Because I think it was mostly the whole Pizzagate thing itself. When one guy showed up with a machine gun or something, and was like trying to like find the basement, and I think they live streamed it, or maybe it was someone else. I don't know, man. I know about the Pizzagate thing, but I don't know if it was necessarily 100% Alex Jones who was the one who caused that situation. And should, as a creator, should you be responsible for the actions of your fans? I mean, that's something you should ask, because I mean, like, what if I get popular, right, and a bunch of my fans start doing crazy shit? It's out of my control, and should I be responsible for it? You know, I'm not advocating for anything, obviously, but maybe that's the case with Alex Jones. Who knows? I don't really know too much about him. So, anyways, I'll probably just change the topic. I don't want to talk too much about him. Wonder Range woman was banned from recorded from watching Alex. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm just going up through some of these comments here. Yeah, a gold coin under his collar. Oh, what is that? Like some of those. What is that? Like it's like a southern like bow tie or something. It's like a southern tie or something. See people down south wear stuff like that. All right. Should probably color the rest of the shirt in. What graphics cards do you use? I think it's a GTX 980 or something like that. I don't know if I just. Let me just GTX. GTX 980, I think. That's what it is. It's got it because of the we do a lot of color grading for some companies and stuff, and you need a pretty powerful graphics card for video editing or color grading with DaVinci. The bonus is that you get to play video games with the same card. So also this kind of stuff actually takes up a lot of GPU power because of the Character Animator and the H.264 processing and all that sort of thing that comes with live streaming. So apparently graphics cards got really expensive recently because of the whole Bitcoin thing, so I haven't really been thinking to upgrade. But I think the price of Bitcoin came back down again, and so things are probably normalizing a little bit. I gotta fix this thumb. Man who looks like Owen Wilson. It's actually Kurt Cobain, but I guess he kind of looks like Owen Wilson. How much dedicated RAM do you need to run Photoshop? I don't think you need that much. I mean, I don't know how much I have. I think I only have, I think you should probably just have at least 4 gigabytes at this day and age, you know? You don't need that much more than that, though. Yeah, the graphics card's pretty good, you know. It's just I can't play like the newest games at like the highest settings, so it's like a mid-range card, I guess. Now it's a little bit older now. Maybe it's like high mid-range, I guess. It's not. Some graphics cards are freaking expensive though. Okay. Looks like I missed part of his beard. In which case, I might just change the colors and just do it like this. There we go. Okay, what else is there? Okay. Alright, okay, his teeth are yellowish. Oops. Probably a bit of a highlight. There you go, okay. I have a stupid old MacBook with an i5 processor with graphics card, 4 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, I mean, I can run Photoshop on my. I got an old laptop too, and it's I think I got it in 2009 or something. It still runs Photoshop. It just takes forever to open. So I mean, you don't need too much to run Photoshop. I don't think. It's just if you're doing really high resolution stuff, though, that's when it gets problematic. Problematic. What's the word? Okay. So every other square is a different color. Are you into vaporwave? You know, I did go down vaporwave trend on YouTube a little bit, but I'm not a huge fan of most of it because I find a lot of it just sounds the exact same. So I like electronic music in general, and that includes some vaporwave, but as a genre itself, I feel that people are a little bit too much into their own box, the same box, you know. So that's, you know. Some of my stuff sounds kind of like vaporwave, actually, so. But you know, the thing about vaporwave, I don't like how like they just slow down someone's voice to a point where it sounds kind of comical. I feel like you can have is that a trait of vaporwave? I guess having to do that. Okay. There we go. Okay, there's his shirt. It's done. It looks nice. Now let's look at the. What are you guys talking about with this coconut? You guys, I hope you're not talking about that coconut story that was on Reddit, are you? That was fucking nasty. There's a few times when there's stuff like that pops up on Reddit. Usually it happens a lot more in the past. But hey, Smitty. There was someone's box. It was like a shoe box that was on Reddit. You should look that one up too. If you, it's gross, man. I don't know why people do shit like this. Okay. Yeah, Crystal Castle's pretty cool. I like them. I haven't listened to a lot of their recent stuff though. Okay, so now I feel like this Bigfoot needs to be a little bit more orange in certain areas. Give him some like color highlights. He also needs a bit of red. Oops. Did you grow up on the internet? Well, I've been using the internet since I was like early teenager, so I'd say so. I mean, I didn't use the internet really before I was like 13 or so. We had dial-up back in the 90s for a while, but I didn't really use it that much when I was a kid. But back in the day, I don't know if you guys know what brick films are. I used to go to brickfilms.com back in the day, like 2002, whatever. So I guess it's been a while. I mean, I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm 28, so I might be a little bit older than some of you, and a little bit younger than probably some of you too. Falcon hentai. I started drawing when I was a kid, but animating wasn't really anything I did until recently. You love brick films, eh? Rustic. Did you used to be part of the that website? I used to do a lot of stop frame animation. I guess so. I did do animation before, but not in this style at all. It was not drawn. I used to use like Lego pieces and stuff when I was a kid. That's kind of how I got started with that, I guess. And then I took a break for a long, long time. Yeah. I'm surprised that it's actually still around. People are still on brick films and stuff. Their community got split up. It got split up between brick films and a site called Bricks with Motion. That's all I used to watch when I started watching YouTube. You did that Lego stuff too. That used to be like a thing. It was kind of popular like early 2000s. I think Lego even came out with like their own camera for making stop motion animations. Josh Parenti. I think the reason why is because a lot of the time artists are really introverted, you know, and I'm really introverted, honestly, and these live streams are kind of abnormal for me to do. But I like interacting with my fans and stuff, so I guess I have to kind of step out of my box once in a while. Now this is getting close to being finished, I think. Did Samurai Jack inspire any aspects of the video? Not really. I don't really know what Samurai Jack is. I heard of it before, but so I can't really say it's been inspirational. So. And Brian Chenner, check out the description. I got a whole bunch of names down there for inspiration. Yeah, Flash is being rolled out because of security flaws with it. It's kind of being turned into abandonware, I think. And that's why YouTube is turning on to the new their video player isn't defaulted to Flash anymore. I think it's whatever it is now, HTML. I forget what the name of it's called, but. There we go. A little bit of a highlight. I see a falcon hentai. A few of the red, white, and black scenes are similarly styled to Samurai Jack. Let me just look them up. I don't. Oh, I see. It's kind of like that. What is that like? Sugar. It looks like the same animator as the Sugar Puff Girls. Yeah, I can see that. But, all right. Are you into fashion / have a particular style? Not really. I usually wear clothes until they like fall apart. So, what, Powder Puff Girl? I don't know. Is it called Powder Puff or Powder? Okay, I don't know. And Dexter's Lab, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So I don't really have like a style. I just wear hoodies and stuff, and flamboyant Hawaiian shirts in the summer. All right, what do you guys think should be in the background here? Should like a volcano or something? Smitty, it is kind of difficult to do collaborations with animators because they all have their own different workflows. But I mean, it wouldn't be out of the question, you know. The thing is, I know that with animation, it takes so much time that doing collaboration, it's difficult for some people to do because you have to kind of come up with it makes the work a lot more than just doing it by yourself. But even though it's a collaboration, it's kind of unintuitive. You'd think because there's two people, but Ed and 69 others. Hey man, I really appreciate that comment. Thank you, man. Leaves in a jungle, a supernova in the background. What is a supernova? Like, you mean like a star or something? Oh, hold on. Supernova. Oh, like he's in space. Yeah. We'll see. Okay, what else? I got leaves, jungle, supernova, wedding. Oh man, yeah. Just put some BDMS here in the background. Oh, that's funny. Red hot savanna. I should put them in like a sauna, you know? Make them underwater. Well, I can't really make them underwater because then I would have to change the colors of their. I mean, I could just put blue back there, but it wouldn't really look right. A dirty bar restroom. All right, I think I'm kind of liking this dirty bar restroom idea. Like, just have like a bathroom stall in the back there. I don't know if the Let's Read guy. I don't know if you're watching, but I can change out the background if you'd like something else because this is Patreon reward. But I kind of think it's funny to have it. They just took the photo in the bathroom. I should have, you know what? I should have him holding a selfie, like a camera. That's the best. Let me just add this on top here. What kind of phone does he have? Like an iPhone? Flip phone. Okay. He has a shank. Okay, let's see here. The phones. Kind of curved like that, usually on the top. And I gotta look up a flip phone. It's been a while. They didn't have iPhones when Kirk was alive. This picture is unrealistic. I don't even think they had mobile phones when he was alive, did they? But it's okay. Okay, they kind of look like that. Curved, a little bit more curved. How old are you? I'm Derpy0, I'm 28. And what color should it be? Like blue, I think? Kind of like a bluish. They usually like bluish flip phones. Oops. What? Okay. Shades would be a nice touch. All right, I'll put the shades on as a separate layer so I can like disable them and enable them if I think it's right. Okay, there's that. Now I need to put a little bit more shading on this phone here. Just give me a second here. It should be like a, yeah. Derpy0, I've been doing artwork for since I was a kid, but I went to art school and I've been doing drawings a lot since I was a kid, I guess. This sort of particular drawing here, I mean, it's not too difficult. Most people here could probably do it. So I'm just basically tracing over an image. But okay, I gotta get this camera drawn here. Hey, you guys see the trailer for the movie Mule by Jesus, man, I can't even think of his name for some reason. Clint Eastwood. He's like starring and directing in a movie called Mule, where he is like this 90-year-old senior citizen delivering drugs to the Mexican cartel. Did you guys see the trailer for that? You should check it out because it looks. First of all, I looked at the story. Just sounds ridiculous, right? But then, like looking at the trailer, I was like, man, this looks like a good movie, and it's coming out in December. So you guys should check out the trailer and tell me what you think because it looks pretty good. I love Clint Eastwood and I love all his movies, and I'm probably going to see that when it comes out in theaters. He's 88 in real life. Isn't that crazy? And he's still like making decent movies. You know what I mean? Like he's not making crap. Like usually they're pretty good. I think that's commendable. Because some people get old and then they just stop doing what they used to be good at. You know what I mean? Like who was there? Like Robert De Niro, for instance. But Clint Eastwood is like consistently pretty awesome. Okay, I think that looks like a camera. Is Mule a sequel to Gran Torino? Oh man, it might as well be. Alright, so there's my iPhone, or his flip phone. Merge these two layers. And, okay, let's draw the background, the bathroom. Bathroom stalls? Okay, where? I need to draw a corner here or something. It doesn't look right. Give me a second, it's going to take some while. It's going to take a while for me to figure out how the bathroom should look. I just looked this up. Dirty bathroom. Like gas station. Gross. Guess I could just pull this over here. Looking at some fucking toilets. I was just typing like just gas station bathroom. Oh man, what's this? Oh. Okay, probably something that looks like, Jesus Christ. This is a little too extreme, man. Something like this, I think, right? Something like that. But he's looking into the mirror, so that doesn't make any sense. Have you seen the death of Trey Parker? He was killed. Hold on, David. Oops. I'm guessing this must be a joke, I just don't get it. Related to a cartoon. Anyone can be a bathroom if you believe hard enough. I think you mean anything, right? Speaking of mischief, he said once that doing his voice is kind of painful, right? Like, looking up on YouTube how to use false vocal cords might help a lot with that. Hey, thanks, man. I'll look that up, because that is probably something I should look into. I mean, it doesn't hurt that much. It's just, There's probably a better way for me to do it. False vocal cords. Chord vocals. Let's see here. Oh, that looked okay. Yeah, like some dingy lighting up there, maybe. And the bathroom stall will be right here. Door will be door hinge. I don't know how those bathrooms work. Does the door usually go? There's not like a bar on top, is there? Armageddon, I don't do it in MS Paint. I do it in Photoshop because if I did it in MS Paint, I'd just be like killing myself. This is too much work. Doesn't have enough stuff. I do use the pencil tool. It's you know, honestly, it basically gives the same effect. Except I don't know if MS Paint doesn't integrate with Premiere and stuff, so that's why, you know, I use Photoshop. Oh shit! You know what? I drew in the wrong layer. So give me a second here, guys. I just disable all this stuff here. Select. Okay. Okay. All right. Getting to a close here. We're getting close. I'm almost wrapping up. Make a urinal right behind them and corner of the stall on the left. Yeah, I feel like that would be better than having a door here. Let me just shift things down. Put like a urinal like right here maybe, but then it'd be like right next to his head. You know what? I'm gonna redraw that. I don't like how it makes the room seem so small. And my white layer is messed up. Hold on. Okay. Pedro, I can draw really detailed monsters sometimes, but when it comes to humans, they suck. Suggestions. The thing with humans is that you have to kind of get the proportions down, like the distance between his forehead and his hair, and his eyes, and his nose and his mouth. That's why I usually trace a lot when it comes to drawing someone. However, there are some tools or some like if you look up how to draw a human head from imagination, basically they'll give you some rules. Like you should usually do a rough layer, and then the side of their heads, like imagine like a skull, right? And you have like a cross here, and then the front of it goes down like that, and you have like a jaw. I think it comes around here, something like that. Usually connects with the point right there, right? And so you use that as a rough layer, right? And then you can minimize it, or not minimize it, you can make it visible or whatever. The ear usually lines up right there on the cross. The eyes, the nose usually ends up being there. The eyes should always be like right on the line. And then I'm just doing a really shit job right now, but like that's basically it. And then you got like hair on the side, right? And then like that's right. I mean that's a really shit way of drawing it, but like that's basically it. There's just, you can look it up how to draw people's heads, and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff like that that will help you out. Okay, I gotta get this bathroom drawn here. There's supposed to be a stall back here somewhere. Just put the urinal back here. I should just look up a picture of the room because forget how it appears. Okay, there, it's like that. Oh, we just got that metal thing on top. Okay. Goes out, it's like a cap sort of thing. Okay. Like that, alright. It looks like Jeff Bridges. Oh, that's good. Alright, I think that looks alright. Okay, so there's the stall in the background there, and probably put some sort of flowers right there. Did you make the music that's playing right now? Yeah, it's I made it. It's like kind of ambient stuff. I didn't release it or anything. It doesn't really. It hasn't been. It's just something I made real quick. So I wanted to have some music in the background of my live streams. That's the reason why I added that. Armageddon, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Now, I don't think stalls are usually like light green like this, but I think I'm going to do it just because if I make it yellow, it's going to be like blending in with his hair and stuff. I don't want that to happen, so... Oops. Move it down a bit, it makes him look tiny. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Let's see. See, if I move it too hard, I think if I move it down like right here, it looks better. I think I should put the ceiling in. The ceiling just goes up. Orange and teal do look nice now. What will you do after you finish this drawing? Probably go make some tea or something because my voice is drying out, and maybe fiddle around with some music or something. I've got some video I have to edit that's unrelated to my channel, so I'll probably have to work on that too. Maybe. Adam, I would answer your question. It's just I've answered it like I think too many times already, so I'm gonna have to put that in the FAQ. But basically, I've been drawing for a while since I was a kid. Basically, just kind of practicing here and there. I don't. I took a break after high school, between high school, but yeah. Okay, let's see. I gotta get this drawing finished here. I'm drying up. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It sounded pretty dry. So, okay, next, highlight on the pipe. Okay, and just see what it looks like if I have the bathroom be orange. And I don't think that works very well because his hair is kind of orange. So maybe I'll make it blue. What do you guys think about that? Or, I mean, green would probably be crazy. I don't think that looks very good. Purple. I think I'm gonna go with the blue. And put some tiles in real quick. Maybe in the corner put a drain on the floor. Like a pretty nasty penny colored one. Okay, yeah. One thing you guys may not know, but I put a lookup table on all my drawings, so the colors actually do shift a little bit. So this is what it will actually look like when it's finished, which is not much different, but just a little bit increases the contrast from the colors that I've selected here. So it actually shifts the purple color quite a bit, if you can see here. It looks like blue without it. I turn it on, it looks like purple. It's just, I don't know. It just helps brings the colors come together, I guess. And I can leave it on, I guess. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm not sure if this blue is working, honestly. I don't know what to do. Pink, maybe? That looks so weird. Okay, you know what? I'll just make it beige, I think, like skin colored. Like that. purple. I have a hard time here with these color choices. I can always change them later. Lighter blue. I think I'm just going to leave it purple and oops. Put in my tiles. Here. Bright colored graffiti, yeah, that might work. I might put some graffiti on the walls too. Oh, being a pure internet, the only colors I use are these ones. So I don't add in colors in very rare circumstances. I mean, I guess I could. It doesn't really matter too much, but I like to keep everything consistently on the same color palette. So that's why I might just try sticking with what I have. And the tiles going probably like this, and then because perspective changes. There. And then on the floor, I'll make the floor a different color, probably gray with a, someone said a gross brown drain, so. I'll make it a different color than the guy's hands. Which, by the way, I realized I didn't put enough coloring here. Hey, Pedro, thanks for hanging around, man. I've definitely seen Felix Calgrave's animations. They're pretty sweet. See you next time. All right. What else did you guys say? Graffiti? Graffiti on the walls? Yeah, put some graffiti on there, and I'll probably call it a day, because I'm running low on energy now. Put some pink graffiti. Butts. No, I don't know. What should the graffiti say? Nothing too vulgar, I guess. Maybe I'll just do like some mischief graffiti or something. Right, Courtney loves Kurt. Heaven's Gate. What is Heaven's Gate? Heaven's Gate's a cult. Oh yeah, I think I heard about them. Let's see. Oh, I just lost it. No. Sorry guys. I should put the, I'm going to put the Let's Read channel, because this is his drawing, so I'll put him up there too. So it kind of like goes behind his head. Maybe I'll change the color of that actually. I can't see it on screen. Just draw like Bart Simpson somewhere. Hey, uʻmmäːmi, see you later, man. Consumeth short, digest thy trousers. What is one of those buttons? Consume. It's hard to write it because it's so small. Not much space there. There you go. That's some Umami. And for a good time called Grimace. That's funny. I don't know where I would write it though, there's not much space left. Like that, it just it should be a different color. Alright guys, I think I'm pretty much done here. I might just do a few more kind of like scribbles. Kind of make it look like there's more graffiti back there than I actually drew. Yeah, so there is my drawing of Bigfoot with Kurt Cobain. And thank you guys, thank you for everyone who has well, came in here and talked to me today, and also those who have given me super chats, and the Let's Read channel for the support on Patreon. I will talk to you guys some other time. Alright, have a good week. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.